You are now listening to or watching the It Takes All Kinds podcast.
Yeah, and if you aren't, you can head over to Apple Podcasts or Spotify and listen to us now. Or head on over to Drib on YouTube and watch the video version as well.
And if you'd like to stay up to date on when we're releasing a new episode or any other fun information about the podcast, you can give us a follow on Instagram at It Takes All Kinds Podcast and on Twitter at ITAC Podcast. That's ITAK Podcast.
Without saying much else, we hope you enjoy this episode. Was that good? That was good, wasn't it?
I like that sound.
Yeah, that was good. It has a special place in my heart because I was never around for it, but I love making jokes about it. Love making jokes about dial-up.
Dial-up?
Yeah, love doing it.
You've never heard that sound in the wild?
Oh, I know I have, but I wasn't like, I don't remember ever having to like get off the phone or anything like that.
Oh yeah, no,
yeah, exactly, yeah.
We're
Didn't have to like
Zoomers,
dial a
come
number.
on.
Yeah,
Come on, dude.
we're old Zoomers.
We're old.
We're old Zoomers.
We're old souls in young bodies.
Yikes, that's weird. That's really weird.
I heard a priest,
You're really old for your age.
I heard a priest say that once.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
everybody,
really
welcome
old
to the
for
It
my
Takes All
age.
Kinds podcast, episode 129. We're recording this on Tuesday, August 20. I'm not looking at the calendar in this one because I'm in school now. August 22nd. You'll be hearing this on Friday, August 25th.
There you go. He did it. Straight
Look
off
at
the
that. It's
dome.
right off the dome. I do know what day it is.
You know, you're what was it? I had it and then I lost it. You know, you're really old for your body.
Yeah, I know. My body is much older than
Or
mine.
maybe you're really young for your body.
Yeah, you're really young for your body.
Your body's growing up, but
I'm
your
like,
mind's growing young.
The only thing I'm missing is the old man long earlobes and like the big nose.
It's true.
Like the really big, like large, just.
Because your nose doesn't stop growing.
Yeah, because your nose and your ears don't stop growing.
It's true.
So I'm just missing that. I need to look like. I need to look like Rupert Murdoch. How about that?
How about it?
Yeah.
We'll take it. We'll hit the ground running. Folks, today, oh man.
Hit the ground running.
It's just back
So
to
much to do.
Gavin
so
and I.
much to-
But man, did we have quite an eventful weekend that I'm very
Yeah, I
excited to
mean,
talk
even
about.
after the podcast episode, we had a jam-packed
podcast episode.
we had a jam-packed week.
We did. That was fun.
It was crazy because I had we recorded that on Wednesday, right? Yeah, I had
Yeah.
orientation the next day.
Oof.
Yeah,
At what time?
10.
Oh, it's not that bad.
Or actually, it started at 11. I just got there at 10:30 because that was check-in. That was when check-in started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not terrible.
Got my professionalism points for the week.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Uh,
Which are really important, by the way.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've been trying to get some and I can't.
Which is why I'm still in these khakis. I probably would be in shorts. It's hot as hell outside right
is.
now.
I also got a Look What I Found. That's coming back again. I got a really fun one this week. We got some clips that we didn't get to last week. Nextdoor Drama, what you listen to, all the hits. It's gonna be a fun one.
Right.
About it.
I've also been trying to work on not stuttering as much. I stutter really bad whenever I'm really excited to talk about something. So I'm
Do
just,
you?
yeah, there was it was either yesterday or today. I had literally just went, like,
Oh yeah,
never
I
mind.
guess you do.
Yeah,
you don't
I
do
just-
it that much.
I don't do it that much, but
You slur a lot.
oh yeah.
You say slurs. I mean, you slur your words a lot.
It's just because my bottom lip gets tired of talking. I guess I got my lips keep flapping all over the
You're
place.
just a big old jabber
Yeah,
monkey
big-
over there. Is that a racist thing that you probably shouldn't say? I don't know.
Well, we just say chatterbox.
Sure, that'll work.
Yeah.
That's also. I was kidding. I don't know.
That's got racist connotations.
You aren't supposed to say that anymore either. You're
Yeah.
just a talkative little man in an old body. That's what you are. So this weekend, Gavin, of course.
Where do we start? Like where do we start? Like the beginning of the weekend?
Let's just start at the beginning of time. So
Yeah.
Adam and Eve
Yeah.
came down from heaven, and there was an apple that Satan wanted to,
That happened this weekend,
to
right?
give. No, we're just starting. We're starting from the beginning.
No,
We're
go
gonna-
go
we'll let you
back.
know. So
Can you go back to like Friday, like 2023?
Yes.
2023.
Friday of 2023.
Yes.
is my favorite day. What do you got?
It looks like a bug is on your wall, but it's just a nail.
Yeah, that happens a lot to me. I see that. That's that one up there always.
Yeah, see, we
Makes me
both got
fret.
our bug nail.
Did you guys get your bug nails yet?
Make sure you check out your bug nail.
Go to
available
bug-
right now.
There
Go
you
to
go.
bugnail.com/ITAC, and you will get your very own bug nail.
Your
It's a
own
nail
bug
that you
nail.
bug into your wall.
And then
Then you look at it in the corner. It looks, and you put it somewhere right in the corner of your eye where you're sitting down for a while, and you look at it every so often. You're like, "That's not a bug, is it?
I had a bug up there.
Is that a bug up there?"
And then
that's the slogan. Is that a bug up there?
Is that a bug up? Bug nail. Is that a bug
nail.
up there?
Is that a bug up there?
And then coming soon, if you use code ITAC, you'll get an offer code to pre-order your very own ITAC bug tack.
Wow.
Coming soon, which is actually a tack, so you can move it. It doesn't, you don't have to yank it out.
Yeah. You can move it.
Move it.
Yeah.
So if you really want to confuse yourself, you just move it.
And it comes with a sticker,
take your-
it comes with a little plastic fly that you put on the end.
Yeah, and it also comes with a
I'm talking about like a gene fly.
yeah,
It's like one of those.
a June bug.
Yeah,
It also
jitterbug.
a jitterbug.
A jitterbug.
It also comes with a month. It also comes with a 1 month
month
supply of Ambien, so you can take it and then put the bug tack on there while your Ambien's
And
kicking
Carson,
in,
that
so you
gets us-
forget it was there.
Carson, that gets us into our weekend.
It certainly does. So Saturday, I woke up in a daze after taking Ambien.
Well, I wore an Ambien.
Oh,
the
you
best
did wear
person.
your.
Yeah.
That was on Saturday though.
Yeah, that was on Saturday.
Jumping
Anyway,
too
jumping
ahead.
ahead.
We'll segue that later.
So when did it
Friday.
start? Yeah, Friday.
Friday night.
This is the episode where Carson talks about all the perks and privilege he has to getting things that he wants.
privilege tonight. I get everything I want.
Daddy
little-
gets what Daddy wants.
A little known thing about me is that I get
That's
what
gotta
I
be.
want.
That's in here, right?
What is that from? Malcolm in the Middle. The Bryan Cranston.
2 years, Daddy.
No.
Oh, that's
There's
not it.
one where it's like, Daddy gets what Daddy wants.
I don't know where that's from.
Okay. I don't know what's from either.
And
But
I
I,
don't
thought
wanna
it would
know.
be in here. Yeah, go ahead.
So Friday night, my brother, Hunter, shout out one time.
Actually, we have to go even before that. We have to go 4 years in the past.
Oh, shit, okay.
for that.
Well, then we got to go even further past because we got to tell the story of how my brother and I met.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
How I met my brother.
Yeah, How I Met Your Brother.
Starring Neil Patrick Diamond. Neil Diamond.
Neil Diamond Patrick.
Patrick Riley. C. Riley.
Patrick C. Riley.
C. Riley. So Friday. So long story short, I mean, we don't have to tell a full story of this, but my brother won this like party thing at this place called Ballpark Village, which is in St. Louis. It's across from Busch Stadium where the Cardinals play, where it won a party is sort of a loose term. It's just you get discounted drinks
and like unlimited guests.
Unlimited guests for that. So it's not like I'm not complaining about it at all. It's just like
It was like $3 drinks too.
yeah, which is great.
Beers. I'm not sure mixed drinks were.
Certain mixed drinks.
Certain
I think those
mixed
might have been a 4.
Yeah.
But it was, your base alcohol, your Tito's and soda. So we did that, and that was a lot of fun. Got to bring Gavin, Sean, and Spencer with us and see some old friends
Yeah.
and make some new ones and
Yeah.
crack lots of jokes. And
Got told we're really funny.
yeah, that's true. We did. Shout out our friend Jake, who said that he watches all of our clips, so
Yeah.
he won't hear any of this because this will not be getting clipped out. So unless he listens to the full episode, which he might, I don't know.
he might. Yeah.
Shout out to Jake either way. Thank you. That was
Hey,
a
the writer
very
strike's
nice
going on.
compliment.
We feel that. Yeah.
We fill that void.
That's our
shout out
that's
to Big
our-
Burger
yeah.
filling the void
Yeah.
on Vice News,
Yeah.
which we'll get to in a minute.
We'll get
That's
to
like
that.
no, I was kidding. But that was a lot of fun.
Saw the Cardinals get whipped.
Saw them get whipped. Saw a heavy police presence shortly after,
And then we went to Up Late.
and then we went to Up Late, which is a cool little.
No, the guy who started
hole
it.
in the wall
Technically,
restaurant.
I mean, we got connections to the guy that owns it.
Yeah, I
Just
mean,
saying.
we know.
Well, I
somebody
mean,
who
I'm just
knows
showing
her.
even more connection that we have. to-
Sure, but we
Just
didn't.
saying.
We didn't say anything. To
No,
them.
we didn't. We should have though.
Eh.
Maybe if it were a little bit less busy, we probably could. If it was like earlier.
Yeah,
in the night,
sure.
Yeah.
It was cool. It was fun.
Or go there with our friend that knows. it.
right.
Yeah.
But that was a good time. It was a good night, and then
Went back to my apartment, ate those.
that's true. I got to see your apartment for
Yeah.
the first time.
Spencer
Sorry,
dug right into my chips after I went to the bathroom. Left the room. Literally left the room to
That's
go to the
true.
bathroom.
My memory of it is not great because I did get quite intoxicated.
I mean, you were
was
yelling at the
great.
cops.
wasn't yelling.
Yes,
at
you
them.
were.
I was yelling at them.
Yeah, you're like, oh, look at me.
Oh, I was
gonna go
speaking
displace
out loud.
another homeless person.
Yeah, and I don't even know if that's what they were doing. It just
No.
it
There
seemed
was like a police chase or something going on that night.
I wasn't yelling at those cops because they wouldn't have heard me. They wouldn't have heard me. But at the other ones, I was
Yeah.
I was being a bit mouthy.
Yeah.
But again, hoping they would maybe overhear me, but
Yeah.
I don't know if they did. I was also smoking cigarettes, so I was in quite a mood.
Clove cigarettes.
Clove cigarettes.
And you're Zin too. Upper decky
Well,
lippy.
I had one in for about 5 minutes, and
Yeah.
I was like, "This is too much. I can't do nicotine anymore.
Yeah, I
It's too much."
even just
It's
smelling your
overwhelming.
clove cigarette. I was trying not to get my jersey to smell like cloves. God, dude, that
there's
smells
so
like
much.
shit.
There's so much.
It smells better whenever you're in the casino where it's always smelling like smoke. But
There's so much hate against us smokers. It was another thing I kept saying.
there's such a negative connotation to smoking.
Yeah, man, smoking's it's just really fun. Like, it's just fun to do with people. I started doing it just, on my own now too, just for fun. Just every couple hours
Yeah.
or so, just going out there and eating it. But yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yes, got to see your apartment. Got to, I called out a very interesting cable
Yeah.
that hangs
I
from
meant
your
to. I
ceiling.
need to ask them what that is, but I think it's probably just something securing something to the roof. We're not surprised.
Yeah, or could it be a TV thing?
It's in the middle of the room.
I don't know.
Maybe it's a light fixture.
But it's pretty much just wound up cable that hangs from Gavin's ceiling. And it's not a small amount. It's quite a bit.
it's a thick cable.
It's quite a bit hanging from there. And as soon as I noticed it, I couldn't stop staring at it. And it was very interesting to me. But your apartment's cool. It was very funny.
You knocked on the door after you left. You're like, Gavin, what is with these violins on the wall?
So in Gavin's apartment is very old.
Yeah, it's
cool.
Yeah,
I think it's very
a charmingly old building.
Yeah, it's all marble. It's just it's like an old marble.
It said it reminded him of
brick out
California.
exterior. Yeah, the old Hollywood apartments. It reminded me of seeing pictures of those. I haven't been in any of them, but
on the walls they have art and music
instruments. Which it's very confusing.
Which I guess it goes along with the theme of like music gallery.
Right.
It's the name of the
But you could just pop them off the wall if you wanted to. There are cameras everywhere, though.
Yeah.
I noticed. But I thought that was really funny because there's like a violin right outside Gavin's door, which was very funny.
I go out there and play it every once in a while.
Yeah.
I play I'm gonna pull up this clip.
Oh yeah, dude, you pull it up. But yeah, so that was a good time. And then Sean drove us home. It was very enjoyable. But then the real highlight of the weekend.
I just played.
There we go.
I just played that.
What is that? Oh, from Young Frankenstein.
I play that outside just to bring in any beast.
Yeah, you put on your old rags and you stand out there and start playing that.
Yes. Sorry, that was a little loud.
No, that's fine. You gonna wake the neighbors. You're good at that. So, anyways, the real exciting thing that we're here to talk about that happened on Saturday.
The real reason we're here today.
It looked like you had a boner sticking out of your shit. You got a shirt boner going on. You see it as a little lump coming out the top. Oh, there it is. No, you made it go away. It's closer to Mr. Gabriel's face. There it is. Yeah, there it is. Was Saturday, as you may or may not have known, the two Tims were in town for that evening, and in case this is somehow your first time listening to this show, I work for the podcast Office Hours Live with Tim Heidecker. So Tim is my boss, as I always say.
I call him the big man upstairs. That's what he calls him.
Big guy upstairs. I always, every time I talk about him, I point upstairs. But they were in town, and Vic is obviously another part of Office Hours. If you don't know Office Hours either, Vic is a part of the show, and he's also in Tim's band that's on tour,
keyboard,
and also another member of the Office Hours crew, Luke Burba, who does sound for Office Hours, but he also is doing it for
the tour.
this run of tour, which was cool. So I hit up them, and I wanted to get together with all those guys and hopefully come see the show. And so on Saturday, got up and got to meet up with Luke, and him and I grabbed lunch at Blueberry Hill, which will come up again very shortly. And that was great just to see him, because I hadn't seen him since
New York.
No, Chicago, because
Chicago.
he was on tour with Cobra Man at the time,
that's right.
and they just happened to be coming through Chicago while we were there. So I got to see him there, and but yeah, so him and I met up and grabbed lunch there, and that was fun and good to see him. And then he headed back to the pageant, which is where they're playing at. Which, if you know the St. Louis area, that's all Blueberry Hill, and the pageant is all on the Delmar
Loop
strip.
Delmar Loop.
The Dolmar, or whatever Tim kept calling it during the stand-up set. But that was great. And then Gavin and I got together, and we went to the St. Louis Art Museum to kill some time in between. And
went to the hip-hop. Wanted to go see the hip-hop.
Yeah, we
thing.
did go there. We didn't see it.
Went to the block party.
Went to the block
they
party.
had good artists playing there. It was really good.
Music was good, but it was mostly just like information booths.
Yeah, informational tents.
And it was very kind of
We saw
weird.
Mr. Gary from Them Yo People.
Yep, which you knew who that
Yeah,
was,
I
and I had
that
no
was.
idea, unfortunately.
Cable Access show. He's like a St. Louis legend. Promise.
I believe you. I just
there were people taking
I
pictures
didn't-
of them, so I didn't want to
I didn't
like
know.
butt in line. But
right.
then we got to see my favorite painting of all time. Took a picture of it. It's now my phone background.
Right.
True story.
I did see that. I think you posted about that. I really like that. But anyway, so we went there, and
there we go. Yeah, see, there it is.
there it is.
Yeah.
Killed some time. And then we met up with the man, the myth, the legend himself, Mr. Vic Berger, who grabbed dinner with us back at Blueberry Hill again. So that was my second time there that day. But I knew I wanted to go there with Vic.
Yeah.
Because it's a weird fucking place, and obviously the history with Chuck Berry. If you don't know, Chuck Berry used to have like a residency there and played there
like
for
once a month.
He played like, I don't know, something like 200 something shows, 250 shows
Yeah.
there. But so Gavin and I grabbed dinner with him, and the first thing he gave us when he walked in were he gave us each one of these smashed microphone heads. Now the story with these is if you've ever seen Tim's show, or if you haven't, he
throws
does
the mic.
Yeah, he during his stand-up set, because he'll do stand-up for about 45 minutes and then take a little intermission, and then he'll do about like an hour to an hour and a half of
His music.
with a band who Vic is in. But his stand-up character, it's a character, it's not actually him, in case you couldn't make that distinction, is pretty much this kind of piece of shit, terrible stand-up comedian who does all the typical tropes that you know of stand-up comedians doing. And he throws his microphone around a lot, whether it's because he's angry or it just like slips out of his hand.
Or he messes up.
Right, or he messes up. And so they get really fucked up. And so I think they literally switch him out every show, if I'm not mistaken. So Vic gave us each one of those microphone heads as a gift, which was very nice. I was actually really excited to get one of those. But then later on in the night, he gave me another one, so I had two.
Yeah.
So I think this is the one actually from the St. Louis show.
Yeah.
I believe.
Because he throws that mic around. Like, he throws that mic.
This is the one that Vic came out of the pageant with. So I gave the other one to Logan, who was very excited to get that, who didn't get to go with us. But anyway, so he gave us that, and then we sat down and ordered some food and talked about a lot of funny things.
Yeah.
Some of which, maybe we won't share. But it was great.
Yeah, he's Vic scooted into the booth, gave me a high five. Actually, one of the first things, he gave us the microphones, and then a couple fans came up and had us take a picture.
Yeah.
And then we sat down, and he gave me a hug and a high five. And I was like, oh, that was crazy. Oh, this guy knows who I am.
That's just how Vic is.
Yeah.
He loves
cowboy
everybody.
hat and sunglasses on.
Yeah, I mean, he talked to those. So shout out to those fans that came in, because one of them was wearing an office hours shirt. Came in as soon as
literally
Vic came
as soon
in,
as he sat down.
I don't know if they followed him in or not, but
Yeah.
that was funny. But yeah, I mean, he spent a good amount of time talking with them,
Yeah.
which just goes to show that
He's a man of the people.
He's a man of the people. He really is. Wore his sunglasses inside the whole time.
Yeah, that's I
with
literally
his
asked
cowboy hat
Carson
on.
afterwards. I was like, "Does he just wear sunglasses like all the time? Or are they transitions?" He's like, no, those are just sunglasses.
He just wears them all the time. He just likes wearing them. Not all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes he does and sometimes he doesn't. But
yeah, chatted for a while at Blueberry Hill. We chatted for a while.
And so, if you don't know Blueberry Hill, they have a lot of weird trinkets.
Yeah, they have
old toys.
Yeah, old toys
everywhere.
Collections, like Beatles stuff. They have South Park.
Yeah,
they have a lot of original toys too. It's just like, so I think we were sitting in the area where it's kind of like the most updated, quote unquote, because it's got like a Mario Kart, DX racer thing, and they've got like Avengers and like live action Beauty and the Beast, and they've got it pretty updated in that area. But there's some really old parts of that area. But the best part
about it that Gavin and I think the first time you and I went there together, we had a good laugh about, is that in the hallway of where the bathrooms are, there are pictures of who we found out is the owner of Blueberry Hill and the pageant, and also the Moonrise Hotel.
Yeah,
I found out also he's the owner of it, but there are pictures of him and various artists that have either played the pageant or just famous people that he's met.
Or played the Duck Room.
Or played the Duck Room.
Or people he had a dinner with, like Neil Armstrong.
Like Neil Armstrong. And so we took Vic over there to show them to him, and then he ended up telling us right away that... Ooh, did I hit like a weird thing? My mic sounds funny. He ended up telling us that he was like, oh, yeah, I've seen those pictures because they're all in the green room of the pageant.
And I didn't believe him whenever... I believed him to an extent. I was like, surely he's just got a couple.
Right, yeah, surely he's just got
a select few.
Right. Well, and I was surprised because I was like, oh, I didn't know that that guy owned both places.
Yeah.
That I was shit.
I did know they owned both, but I didn't know they had pictures in both.
Yeah. So, but we took him over to those, and maybe there were, I think, a few that weren't in the pageant that were there. And so we were just pointing out our favorites, and I wrote a few down that were my favorites.
There was that horse he took a picture of.
The horse, something, I forgot. It was a Clydesdale, though. That one I didn't even see, and when Vic pointed it out, that got me so good because I was like, why is that there? But Kevin Spacey was one of them. Sonic the Hedgehog was great.
For some reason.
Neil Armstrong, like you said. Bob Dylan, another one that I didn't see, but Vic pointed out. And it's just like half of Bob Dylan's like grouchy face.
Yeah, grouchy, pale-ass face.
Yeah. So that the guy's name who owns the place is Joe Edwards.
Yeah, if you look up Joe Edwards, he's probably got pictures online too.
Well, he does, because Vic found a bunch of those like headshots of him. Yeah. And I was like, wait, isn't that the Virgin Airlines guy, the Virgin guy? I don't know what his name is.
It's not him though.
No, it's like not. Him. But it looks exact. I thought it was at first.
Yeah.
But that's how we found out who this guy was, and I was like, oh shit, I didn't even have no idea about any of it.
Yeah, so it's like paper mache things on near the piano in there of like him holding Yoda and like a centaur.
Is that him?
Yeah, I think it's him. Who else would it be? It was a younger version of him.
That's what I was trying to figure out.
It was a young version. I don't know what it was for, but yeah, those are definitely him.
I was like, is that a Star Wars thing I don't know about?
Yeah.
Is that in the new trilogy?
Yeah.
Even though I have seen all this. But that was a lot of fun. So grabbed dinner with him, and then Vic scooted back onto the pageant to get ready for the show. Gavin and I strolled over to Vintage Vinyl just to pop in to kill some more time. Yeah. And then we went to the show, which was fucking amazing. That was my fourth time seeing the two Tims live. And if you want my full review, you're going to have to pay, because my full written review is on the Office Hours Patreon. Tim asked me to put a review in the comments, so I did. So if you want my full in-depth review of it, you're going to have to go there. But I'll give you, I guess I should give a little bit of it now, since you're here.
Yeah. Come on, man. Can't you use your privilege to show a little bit of that?
I guess I'll use it a little bit. But it was amazing. And truly, I didn't know if I was like, okay, is this going to be the same thing as last year? Is this going to be any different? There was so much new added stuff from last year that it felt like I was watching a completely new show.
Yeah.
Which was great. I mean, it was the same setup. Like, it was stand-up comedy and then music after. But, like, there were so many more, like, added funny bits into the music set that I felt like that rounded it out really well.
Yeah.
And then I also pointed out, and I didn't detail this as much in my post just because I didn't know how to word it correctly without it sounding like a negative thing, but it felt like everybody felt way more comfortable together on stage than they did last year because I think they just know each other better now.
Yeah.
So it really felt like we were all just like friends hanging out, watching our friends play music and like I said, there it would play licks to like recognizable songs, like, and that would make everybody laugh. Yeah, which was so good. I won't ruin any of the bits that
really
happen,
funny.
because there's still shows going on. And then,
how many more do they have left? Like by the
time this comes out, I'm bleeding.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're bleeding.
By the time this comes out, their last show will be Thursday.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
I gotta grab something. Hold on.
Grab a little Band-Aid. But yeah, that was I did laugh my ass off at the comedy beforehand. And I think we had watched the special before, but like all the stuff that Vic had told us that like it seemed like intense. And I was like, oh gosh. But then I was like, oh okay, no, I see what he means by that now. It's just that like he gets in the character really easily. But it was really funny to see. I don't know. It was just seeing him in his element and doing his thing is really good.
Yeah, it was very fun, and it just felt. I don't know. This show, everybody just felt like on it. Yeah. And again, nothing against the shows last year; those were great too. But it just seemed like, I don't know. This just felt different. Yeah, they fleshed it out. It just felt different and more solid. I guess I don't know how to explain it, and I don't want to like make it sound
more
negative.
Runs.
Yeah, more runs, getting to know each other better, living with each other for, 3. This will be the third tour they've been together on.
That's good. That's actually really good.
Yeah, because they did the one in Europe earlier this year.
Catfish, I forgot his last name.
Catfish Gallagher.
Yeah, he's really good.
Gallagher. Yeah, he's amazing.
He's really good.
All of those musicians are amazing.
And Alyssa?
Eliana.
I know it was like EA.
Bass and vocals.
Yeah, she's really good too. You could definitely hear her. And Vic did a great job, and the drummer was also really
Josh.
Good. Yeah, Josh is good.
Born in Kansas City, Missouri.
Yeah,
Josh. But he lives in Kansas.
We did learn that. Yeah,
I gave him shit for that, because there was like an audible groan when they said when JP said Kansas City, Kansas. And I heard people go, ugh. And that's why I brought it up to him. I didn't tell him that people groaned at that, but
I was gonna like jokingly boo because now we have a rivalry with them, because we have soccer teams in both cities now. So
and then you got Mizzou, KU,
yeah, exactly,
going on. But yeah, sorry, I was just looking at my notes to make sure I wasn't missing anything about that. But the other thing I was gonna say about the show is that it seems like that was maybe Tim and Vic's favorite show. Vic said it was his favorite.
Yeah.
But I was like, you're gonna say that differently after the show tomorrow.
Yeah.
But Tim even said on his post on Patreon, which by the way, if you're an Office Hours fan or not, Tim has been doing a daily tour diary while on tour.
Well, he told us in person too. That was like he's like, yeah, great.
Yeah, he was elated about it. Is that the right word? Elated?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But he put in the post that he was like, it really doesn't get any better than that. He was like, that just felt great, and crowd was great. And I so after the show, just to jump around, we met up with Luke again, and then went backstage with him.
Put our backstage stickers on.
You got to put those stickers on.
Yes.
And then we got up on stage, which was like super weird, just like being there.
Yeah, seeing it all.
It didn't feel as surreal as I expected it to be, just because we had been to the pageant and known about the pageant for so long. But like, for some reason, standing up there, I was like, yeah, this is about what I expected it to look like.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just didn't feel like as crazy as I thought.
I think I was just, even whenever we sat up there for Squeeze, that was where I realized how small the stage was.
But we didn't get on the stage for Squeeze or anything.
No. But
God, no.
Fuck no. Yeah, it was just like, I didn't know it was wood up there though. Like I didn't know they had like wood paneling.
Yeah,
on the
that's
floor.
true. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's just on the stage though. That was
right.
I was figuring it was gonna be like the black stage stuff that was on like our high school stage, my college stage, like the black stage. I forgot what the thing is actually called, but like
Black stage.
Yeah, black stage, I guess. But
it was for some, but yeah, you're right. On stage, it wasn't. But so we got up there, and then Tim came on stage, and we had a great conversation with him about the show, and talked for quite a bit.
Yeah,
which was good. Just catching up on stuff, but mostly just talking about the tour and the show. And yeah, he seemed very happy with how it went. Made the comment about the light being in his face for the stand-up set,
and keeping his voice low so he doesn't wear out his voice.
Yeah,
but it sounds like
it
sounds like he doesn't have any issues, or knock on wood. But it sounds like he hasn't had any issues this tour.
No, which is surprising because I think it was pretty quick with that first one, which isn't surprising. But I think even the European one, I think it was a little hit or miss a few times.
Yeah, he said like no inhaler or anything this time around. So.
Yeah, he had it. I don't know. You probably don't know this story, but he had some doctor like met up with them along the last tour when he had lost his voice, not completely, but enough, and prescribed him a steroid inhaler.
Uh-huh.
And he said he would take that before he'd go out on stage, and it would just like amp him up, and he was like had so much energy from it for some reason. It was like bouncing off the walls and shit. That's why I asked him, like, do you have the inhaler again?
Yeah.
He's like, no. Because he was getting into it, man, running through the crowd. He's got a cordless guitar now, which was fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, so got to chat with him, and then Vic took us on the tour bus, which was he popped your tour bus cherry.
Yeah, I did.
That was your first tour bus you had ever been on? I've been on a few, show my privilege.
But it was really, really nice, and they're really nice.
Yeah,
updated.
That was the best. That was the nicest tour bus I've been on.
Yeah.
Their
really
one last
updated.
year was nice. Whenever I got to go on Neck Deep's a few years back, that one was not very nice, but it was nicer. But it was like
it was a tour bus for
a bunch of guys in a pop punk band.
Yeah, yeah.
So you can imagine who smoke weed on the bus all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was very nice, very clean. It seemed very new. But yeah, so went on there.
Shared a beer.
Shared a Modelo.
Met a local artist.
Well, yeah, we got to talk about that. So when we got up on stage, when we were talking to Tim, this guy came over. Yeah. And Tim immediately like gave him a hug and started talking to him, and I was like, oh, I wonder who this guy is.
Yeah.
Because Vic had told us at Blueberry Hill that Clownvis was coming tonight.
Yeah.
And in my head, I was like, Clownvis is going to come like perform or like, come out for a song or something. And so this guy, he's just talking to Tim, and then Tim introduces me to him.
Yeah.
And he was like, it's my buddy Clownvis. And I was like, oh shit. Like and I said something, I'm not like embarrassed about it.
Yeah.
But it was such a stupid thing to say. And I didn't think of how dumb it was. And those guys are so fucking quick. You can't get anything by them. But I said, oh my God, like I wouldn't have even like recognized you. I wouldn't have even known that was you. And then as I was saying that, I heard Tim go, well, yeah, I'd hope not. And then I was like, fuck. I was like, God damn it. That's so fucking funny and quick.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have even, I didn't even think anything of it. I was just like, oh yeah, I would have never known.
Went over my head. I was just trying to
quick. Those guys are fast.
Trying to size up Clownvis. I was like, I don't know. I was like, I saw him on stage. I think we told him, we were like, sorry, Neil Hamburger, man.
Yeah. Cause I had known about Clownvis probably, since 2020 because of Office Hours when I was just a measly little fan with no privilege.
Yeah.
He was a guest a few times on Zoom, especially during the COVID times. And so I'd known about him because of that. And then Vic was friends with him and would repost his stuff. And so I'd known about him. And then when we were at the Neil Hamburger show, which we talked about on the show back in April, is that when we were?
Yeah, April or May.
And he came out and performed, and I was telling Gavin who he was and stuff like that.
I thought I said Clown Piss.
He thought I said Clown Piss, but it was Clownvis.
Elvis. Clown.
Elvis. Yeah, if you don't know, look up Clownvis. He's great. But so we met him, and that was really just kind of random because I wasn't
we sat next to him the whole show.
Yeah, that was the other thing too, is that we realized that we were sitting next to him and his friends, like right next to us.
Literally in the table right next to us.
Yeah.
Which adds
And
up
yeah.
because like we got general admission tickets, which is not seated tickets.
Right.
So they were like, any of these chairs back here are general admission.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, but it was interesting that we both like sat on the same side.
Right.
Yeah.
And so met him and he was super great and awesome to talk to, and just a super nice, down to earth guy, also really funny.
Yeah.
Keeping in touch with him, so maybe something along the lines, maybe a clownvis will appear on the It Takes All Kinds podcast.
Knows,
that could be fun.
I think we did tell him about it.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
He was like, what do you do? And brought that up. And
I introduced myself as Carson's friend. I'm like, yeah, I'm just his friend.
Yeah. And that's what
and then he was like, oh, what's your name though?
Yeah. But super nice guy. But I don't know, at some point either before or after that we went on the tour bus, we got to go see the green rooms.
Yeah.
Which were very, I'll say they were pretty dingy. They just felt like I don't know, it felt like a school cafeteria.
Yeah.
The main level one.
Yeah, the main level.
The ones upstairs were like, I don't know, even those were just like, this feels like I'm at a church right now.
Yeah.
And these are just like rooms.
Dressing rooms.
Yeah, or something.
But they had pictures.
Yeah, the pictures.
All throughout the green room and all the way up the staircase.
Of Mr. Joe Edwards? Is that what his name
Mr.
was?
Edwards.
With more of the same.
Of the same.
But there were some that I was like, oh, I didn't see this one. But
Yeah.
who knows if they were actually at Blueberry Hill
Yeah.
or not. But I remember seeing Hillary Clinton. That was one I didn't see at Blueberry Hill. Creed.
Yep.
Saw Creed.
Yeah, Creed.
Yeah, a few others that I couldn't remember.
Shoulder.
But as soon as we went back there, that was what you and me went to look at. Like we didn't care about anything else. We're like, let's see what these pictures are.
Yeah. These are different pictures, the same pictures what we're looking at.
Right. So we got to see those and got to see the backstage.
Help Vic move some stuff out.
Yeah. Well, it was just there. So they give a rider to every venue they go to. And so whatever they don't consume while they're there, they just get to take with them. That's like for any show. I found that out on the first time I ever got to go backstage and like meet a
Artist,
band, meet an artist who's on tour. They were like taking stuff from the green room, and I was like, "What are they doing?"
Yeah.
And then like we got on the tour bus, and they were like loading drinks that they just took into there. And I was like, "Oh, you guys, that's your grocery shopping, I guess." And they're like, "Yeah, literally." I was like, "Oh, I didn't know that."
Wonder what it takes to be like a pageant grocery shopper.
Dude, it's like it's interns and stuff like that. It's like pretty lower level people.
Yeah.
Not to like put them down. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm kind of right there with them.
PAs and stuff.
Yeah, because we met one of them when we did the Office Hours Chicago show, and I think he was like an intern or a PA or something. But
I mean, that's how those people at those venues get their start, though. So
yeah, no, that's
that's how you become a Joe Edwards type.
That's how you become Joe Edwards.
I mean, like I'm sure that he probably honestly started there.
Yeah, no, that's what you got to do. I mean, that's where that's more or less where I'm at. I guess I'm a rung higher than that. But, But yeah. And I think that was it. I think that's all I was gonna say. It was just a gret show, and
Vic was gracious to the very end.
Yeah, he bought us dinner, which was super nice and completely unexpected. So shout out to Vic for that. The other thing, I don't think I said this, but the one thing that I said to Tim is I was like, St. Louis shows get really weird. Like the crowds are just very odd.
See, there's really interactive or like dead as hell.
Right. Or it just takes them a minute to like get
warm
into
up.
it.
Yeah.
And they seemed on, they were on it right from the beginning. And Tim said they were singing along to everything. And I was like, that's fucking great.
He said there was one guy in the crowd he was trying to work at.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like I'm trying to get him to sing.
Right.
I was looking at him. I was trying to sing the lyrics to him.
I know that's a thing that Tim does a lot. I think it's it's what a lot of artists and comedians do, is that if they see one person that doesn't seem like they're into it, whether it's the music, whether they're doing music or they're doing stand up, they're always like that's their one person they're performing for now. Yeah. And like that's all they're focused on. And I know Tim's talked about that a lot. Which has got to be hard. But I get it, because it's like I
would never be able to do that because they always want me not to have glasses on stage. So I can't see anyone in the crowd.
Right.
And
That's true.
It's also like...
And usually you can't. Sometimes you can't.
Yeah, well, like the lights on stage too, you always have to go like this. So I was intrigued by the fact that he wore a hat on the music set.
Oh, that's true. I didn't even think about that. That's probably why he can see them so
also
easily.
Just to be like... because he slicked his hair back. So it wasn't like,
Yeah, you don't want that hair.
No, yeah.
You don't want that hair on purpose.
Yeah.
That's not for a bit.
But yeah.
But yeah, the crowd was great, and I was really happy to hear that they were super stoked about their show. Let's go there. And then Creed came out and performed.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, enough. We went on that for
thank you, Vic. Thank you, Luke. Thank you, Tim.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Thank you, Catfish. Thank you.
Thank you, JP, especially.
Yeah, JP.
Because he's the one that has to wrangle all that stuff at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Also, JP, super nice guy. Got to have a conversation
met
with
him
him
too.
again. He's just a sweet guy, very hard worker.
He said he's gonna keep his ears peeled.
Yeah,
I do remember he said that.
Because he asked when I was moving out to LA, and I said hopefully January, and then I was like, if you know anybody that needs a roommate for whatever reason, let me know. But yeah, it was awesome. It was a good time. Enough privilege showing, but just wanted to give that review because it was a exciting thing we got to do.
Then I watched Lord of the Rings the next day.
Yeah, which is super exciting.
Yeah, which is really exciting. But it was for celebrating a friend's birthday. They wanted to watch.
Oh, that's what it was for.
Yeah, celebrating a friend's birthday. They wanted to watch the Lord of the Rings trilogy extended editions.
It's like 12 hours.
Yeah, it's 11 and a half hours.
Wow, okay, I was almost right on money.
It's like 11 hours and 15 minutes or something like that.
Jesus
and
Christ.
all 6 Star Wars movies are like 13 hours. So, like
really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all 6.
6.
You
Yeah,
said.
the first 6. Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes
not
sense.
Not all 9.
Sorry.
But yeah. So anyway, watch those.
Yeah.
It's funny because I missed the first one, which is Fellowship of the Ring. Never seen that one. Still haven't.
Oh, ever.
Oh. I watched the second one in theaters, and I was like, okay, this puts me on. Then whenever I got there, watched the second one. Again. Watched the third one. That one's really long.
Yeah, I remember that one being really long. I haven't seen them all the way through ever.
Yeah, I was asleep for most of the second one and some of the third one.
But what I've seen of, it's good.
Yeah, it's good.
I enjoy it. I would
Peter
like
Jackson
to watch them at
directed
some point.
the Get Back. He did the Get Back documentary that he so like it makes sense that the Get Back documentary was so long because Lord of the Rings is long
and really good.
But so did that and then started school started back up.
How's that going?
Technically I have 3 classes in a lab
All together
this semester.
But how much time consuming is all of that?
A lot.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to I think I could probably pull it up, but not entertaining for anyone watching,
right.
But
well, it doesn't have to be anything long.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's just so there's a thing called an antibiogram, which basically is like the how well something is, how susceptible a species of bacteria is to a certain antibiotic.
Okay.
So we got this color coded spectrum that we're supposed to like. We don't have to memorize, but we should know.
Okay.
Let me preface. We don't have to memorize it.
Okay.
But it's for our benefit to memorize it. So anyway, so we got this from an older student that sent it in our Facebook group. So it's like so it's basically just saying like, are these susceptible?
And this is for a class?
This is for a class, yes.
Okay.
So I don't even know all, like, to be honest with you, I've heard of most of these drugs only because I work in a hospital. Do not know what any of these do yet. So by the end of this 8-week class, should know what all these do.
And the class is?
Infectious diseases.
Oh, I thought you already took that.
No.
Okay.
No. This is like one of the hardest classes on campus.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, so
That's pretty
content.
interesting.
Yeah, pretty content heavy. So
you're taking that, and then you're also taking a law class.
Yeah, law
right?
class. And I won't show it to the audience there, but yeah. So. Yeah.
Oh wow, that is a lot for only being 3 classes.
Yeah. So 3 classes in a lab.
A lab for the infectious disease?
No, yeah, technically. And like all the other classes I'll have to take says it goes infectious disease, and I think it goes GI, liver, and then hemonc.
Oh, there's like separate.
Yeah, there's 3 classes I'm taking this semester that I will have to. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's like 2 weeks of GI, liver, and then I take a final on it.
Wow.
Then that's the exam. You know what I mean? Like that's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. So, crazy semester ahead. So we'll see how many virtual visits we have to do. Because like, I don't know. We'll see. See how time consuming it gets. But it doesn't seem like we have many exams like on the like a Wednesday or something.
Yeah.
Like that, but
yeah, we'll have to figure. Well, we'll see. I was gonna ask you about that, but I was like, well, let's give it a week or two.
yeah,
And see what's
I still have to
best.
put in the schedule for the GI and HEMONC classes for those exams and whatnot. But yeah, it's law was 2 hours tonight. So yeah.
Is that how it's usually gonna be?
He said some of them are going to be asynchronous, so they're going to be like either online or just look at the slides by yourself.
Oh,
yeah. So
well, that's not terrible.
Take a quiz the next week or something like that. So
well, nice, man.
Yeah. Exciting stuff. That's what I got
Exciting
ahead,
stuff.
and then I got a year of rotation. So
There you go.
then that is when I know that for sure we'll both be virtual, because that'll be next year, next school year.
Oh, because
Because you'll be in Cali. You'll be in Cali living it up, and I'm going.
not
to be,
going
I
there.
don't know where I'm going.
Cali.
I mean, like, I could go anywhere. It's not for the whole year.
Los
I just go to a
Angeles.
certain place for like 6 weeks,
Los Angeles, California.
8 weeks,
Los Angeles.
whatever it is. It's
We
flip
share a
something.
place. Oh, dude, you just broke everything.
I broke it.
Nice.
We can skip the clips, but show me what.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say real quick. That came out this morning. It's already out by the time this episode is out. This morning, as in Thursday, because if you didn't know, we always say the episodes come on Friday. They're typically come on Thursday night, as you can get them early. But Thursday morning, releasing is Office Hours Best of Volume 2 that I got to work on and compile. Me and the Captain Carlin.
Oh wow!
Compiled
Okay.
that. Edited by me, art by Dan Mulcahy, of course. But yeah, just a fun little thing coming out. Go watch it if you want. After this is over, I'm gonna edit the intro, which will be fun. Got some clips from the boys to put together from the Trinity. But yeah, go watch that if you haven't. Especially if you're not you just know us.
Yeah, if you
because of
don't really
whatever.
know what Office Hours is, it's a great way to just like
Yeah,
get to,
only an hour long.
yeah.
And it's just best of from the past 3 years. It's spans different stuff, some deep cuts in there, because your boy was a fan, so I know all the ins and outs of all the stuff that's been going on since then. But yeah, go check that out. Just keeping
Carson's
that real
always
quick.
trying to reference something to it to me, and I'm like, dude, I just don't care.
He's just like, dude, shut
Yeah,
up.
I'm like,
take
you-
me to these shows.
You never asked me about my job, Carson.
And then you say your job, and I go,
Yeah.
Huh?
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 Play it for me. I want to hear
Yeah,
it.
I know.
Let's do this. Oh, that was just
No,
a
that's
screenshot.
a screenshot right there.
Okay, cool. Well, I hate when it does this because I don't know which one I'm supposed to exit out of. It does this like Inception shit. No, why did that even do that? I literally said new screen recording. Sorry, I'm trying to record my screen because we're about to watch. We're not doing our clips of the week, but we are going to be talking about some clips. Why does it just want me to take a picture? Record entire screen. There it is. Sorry. Okay, so speaking of Tim and Vic, to keep it this episode is gonna only be about them, but I have to talk about this, and I don't know the full story behind this, and I thought about investigating more, but it's probably gonna be something that we'll be talking about on Office Hours, so I don't want to steal anything from that. But these clips are out there, and I have to talk about them with Gavin because they're so fucking funny. But what I know is that Tim and Vic, I know they're in Milwaukee right now, and they've been there for 2 days. They've been there since yesterday. Right now, their show is probably wrapping up in Milwaukee. But also going on tonight, and maybe over by now, is the first GOP Republican debate that's happening in Milwaukee. Literally right as I don't know how close to where they're at, but it has to be very close.
Close enough.
Because yesterday they went to a restaurant and bumped into a Fox News anchor who apparently isn't like one of the bad ones, but he also still works for Fox. And so they had a little fun with him, and like Tim took way too many pictures
a lot
of Vic,
of pictures of Vic.
different locations, and of course Vic only
Different
posted
angles.
the worst of the worst.
Yeah.
And that was really funny in itself. But then
I was wondering why I recognized him. I'm like, now I know why.
he's just got like the smarmiest face. They all do though.
Yeah. He
But
looks plastic though.
yeah, he does. But then
That's
today,
what I thought it was. Is I thought it was like a old like musical artist that got a lot of plastic done.
Oh, but then did you click on it though?
Yeah, and I was like, oh, it's a Fox News anchor.
Which probably also got some plastic on his face. But then so today, literally probably just a couple hours ago, 3 hours ago, maybe, Tim and Vic both post videos that Vic took. Now, Tim was with him whenever Vic took these, but the first one here, I believe, is the one posted on Tim's account. But it's of
Sean Spicer.
Yeah, and it's of Sean Spicer getting like about to not interview but do
Reporting.
Like report live outside of the GOP debate. And
Does he work for like on the Access News or whatever it's called? Like
I don't know what he works for.
OAN
He was
or
a
whatever.
Fox guy, wasn't
Yeah.
he? Because I know of Sean Spicer for whatever reason.
Well, because he was a press secretary
Oh, okay.
for like 3 weeks, and then he was
Oh.
on Dancing with the Stars.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know a lot more about him than I do. But if you're not watching audio, it's Vic pretty much walking up to him, filming him about to report, and then you'll hear what happens after that.
Are you a Tim?
Who's this?
Who are the two Tims?
Oh no, I'm not one of the Tims. I'm Vic.
So at first, I literally just had this realization of what happened. So I'm almost 100% sure that Vic is wearing his Two Tims t-shirt, which says the Two Tims Tour. And then there's a picture of Vic on the back that Sean Spicer wouldn't have seen. Because at first I was like, wow, why does Sean Spicer know about the Two Tims? Did he see like a billboard for it? Which could also be true.
Pretty true, yeah.
But I think he was just reading his shirt.
Oh, okay.
And said to Vic, are you
Are
a Tim?
Are you a Tim?
And, no.
Which is a
I'm
really
Vic.
funny concept to think about. That like there's two Tims
Right.
that are actually on tour, and Sean Spicer is hoping to see one of them.
Yeah, and for some reason he thought this guy walking up to him was him.
a Tim.
And why did
Are
he
you a
ask him
Tim?
that? But also Vic is like, he's not being like super invasive, but like
Yeah,
nobody else is around, and
yeah.
he's just walking up and filming him, like that he could visibly see, which I'm sure was his, his purpose.
It's, to me, if I was like in Sean Spicer's position of like reporting on something, and I know who I am,
yeah,
it wouldn't be out of the ordinary to be filmed. I don't know why.
Right.
No, it's just weird.
right. But I guess it was, they hadn't started recording yet, so
Yeah.
what are you just gonna stand there on your Apple box, all weird?
Yeah.
Which is also funny that he was standing on an Apple box because he seems
Gotta
like
get the angles, man.
Little guy.
Yeah.
Little guy Sean. But that was funny in itself. But then the one that takes the cake for I think my favorite clip I've seen all year, and I can't wait to hear Vic talk about this or ask him about it, is Vic and Tim running into
Carrie Lake.
Governor, right?
No.
Not
she was
governor.
running for governor.
Oh, she was, and she
Yeah.
lost.
She lost, but
That's
the
right.
election was stolen from her.
Right. I didn't know that. Running into almost Governor Carrie Lake,
Governor of Arizona.
and she had something.
Governor candidate.
Something. to
Our
say.
car's here. You sound as ridiculous as you look, which is highly ridiculous.
That's not nice. That's
Okay,
not
our
nice.
car's here. You sound as ridiculous as you look, which is highly ridiculous.
Doesn't she say something about cowboy hats?
That's
Okay,
not
our
nice.
car.
That's what she was taught because he's wearing a cowboy hat.
Yeah, okay.
So that's what she's commenting on. And then you can hear Tim in the background going,
That's not-
really rude. Why would you say that? And Vic's like, that's not very nice. And you could hear Vic say something to her before that. So I really want to know what he said.
Yeah, me too.
That made her.
Yeah,
Because
say
Vic's
that.
not going to say anything like super provocative.
If there's one thing that I know that it brings the wrong audience to these people, to these characters, because like Vic had said, like on our podcast when we interviewed him, and said that people thought that they were under the impression that Vic was supporting Trump whenever he was making these edits of him,
right.
Which is why I said that, but yeah, I really think that they should do way more like election reporting.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
feel like especially Tim and Vic,
Right.
just go out, do what the now canceled guy did, where he basically followed their election trail.
Right.
Just to be like, because where else would you have gotten a Carrie Lake up that fucking close?
And that's the other thing too. It is
very
so close. And Vic made it. I don't know if you saw this, but Vic made it his profile picture of Carrie Lake's face, really close up. So it's just perfect. It's just beautiful. But yeah, I really want to know what.
Yeah. Because I really think that they would be trailblazing in a new path where you're getting the weirdest fucking questions asked of these people.
Right. And
then they become like aware that these people are coming. So they start trying to prep for it, but then you give them like a total softball and they fuck it up.
Right. My hope, fingers crossed, and again I could ask this, but I don't want to ruin anything if there's something in the works already, but my hope is that there will be an edit coming out with all of this in it. I need to know what he asked her because I'm
you
sure
sound
it's something
as ridiculous
so
as you look.
Funny, about Mr. It's probably something about like Chubby Checker or something, because that's just something he would ask.
Which is another picture we were looking for, Blueberry Hill.
Oh, we couldn't find. There was no Chubby.
No Chubby.
But I gotta know. Maybe I'll text him after this. I don't want to share it on the show unless it's not going to be used. But, anyways, that was so fucking funny. Oh man, there is a lot to get to. Are you sure you're good with skipping?
Skip the
clips again. Okay, I hate to do it again, but I guess they'll they can be played at any time. Okay, so I have a little segment that I'd like to do. And the only way to do it is to start it off with a little do I not have it? No, I have it with a little bit of this.
Look what I found. Look what I found. Look what I found.
I'll hold my breath.
It's really quiet. Huh? What? If you don't know what Look What I Found is, well, it's self-explanatory like most of our segments are. It's where, Gavin, can you hit the camera for me while I explain this, if you don't mind? It's where I find something that I think is really funny or really weird, and I want to show it to Gavin, and usually it has a little background story to it of why I'm showing it. And that's what it is. It's just what I found, and I'm showing it to Gavin and to everybody. So this week, I am talking about a new phenomenon in online gambling called Plinko. Now, Plinko is already a thing.
I've seen videos like this before.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
But Plinko, I don't know if it's... I'm sure it was originally like a gambling thing, if I had to guess, but I've seen it at like carnivals.
Yeah, that's what I always thought it was.
And,
yeah.
like,
you drop a ball and like this pyramid of sticks, and honestly, it's also just a thing about like averages too, because usually it makes a bell curve. I mean, if you drop like 1,000,000 balls, it's gonna make a bell curve on a Plinko board.
Right.
Just law of averages.
Because if you drop it in the center, it's most likely going to go down in the middle.
Yeah.
It's not usually going to go to the outer edges.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Kind of like that?
Yeah. Bell curve is in like up, down, and it's like the least likely are going to be the far ends, and the most likely are going to be in the middle.
Right. And so I kind of forgotten about Plinko for a really long time, but it was very late at night. I was scrolling Instagram.
Blasted.
I was a bit shredded on the lettuce.
Yeah.
At a bit much, and I was
Shredder
scrolling Instagram Reels, and I came across this video that I'll play right here. And I'm pulling it up. Oh, Carrie. Oh no, sorry. This is not the one I stumbled across, but I stumbled across this account.
Yeah.
Now this will explain a little bit of what it is. Now before I show that, I have to say that it took me about an hour of watching these reels to figure out what was going on, because I didn't understand it at first, which, after I was sober, I pretty quickly understood what was happening and was like, oh yeah, that's really easy to understand. But during the time I was like, I don't know what's going on. This is so fucking weird. And it still is really fucking weird, but this one will explain a little bit if you don't know what Plinko is or what's going on here. But
Plinko, 16 rows, 1000X. That's what we're trying to get. So spin the button. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. $5. No. No, we just lost millions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Which he didn't. It's only like $5.
Bro,
or
what am I
something.
doing, bro? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes! 1, 2. $50 ball on Plinko 16.
So pretty much it's a crypto gambling game.
Yeah.
Which is a big thing. And I think the original has to do with stake.com, which is like this big crypto gambling thing that's pretty shady from what I know about it. But
Did they
I
work
don't
with Cake. Kick. Did they work with Kick?
Kick is owned by the people who own Stake.
Okay, that's right.
So that's why they're allowed to gamble on Stake, but not other platforms. I think you can on Twitch still, but
On Kick, you mean?
yeah, on Kick. But I think you can still on Twitch as well.
Oh, yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think it's been banned yet. But this account, huge Plinko win. Their whole thing is that they have and I'll show this on screen.
Wow.
Wow. Every
Holy
single
shit, dude.
every single video says
That is
yeah.
that's predatory.
Every single
Big win.
every single description says games in my bio. So I don't think they have anything to do with it. I think this is just
No.
like one of those like scam games that you can go play and then it'll give you malware and you don't actually win anything. But these are real clips of people.
Do they have
maybe
non-paid
real.
versions of this game? Can I play it for
I think
free?
that's what this one is. I don't know. I didn't click the link to try and download it. But they have all these clips, whether they're real or fake or not. I don't know. I think some of these are real. This next one I think is real. This is one of the first ones I saw of this guy. With very generic music in the background.
Guy's hitting the hell out of this button.
130X! I'm telling you, bro. I'm on a whole new level when it comes to this fucking shit. For the most
Do you know if this is some streamer guy?
No,
It's just some random
It's crazy
person?
because the audio is so well done. It's obviously gain heavy, but this guy has a good mic.
Yeah, but I mean, anybody can get it. We got good mics, and who the fuck are we?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's true.
But this guy shows up a few different times, not in any of the other clips I have.
He might be big in some circles, but nowhere near me. Let me put it that way.
He's getting nowhere near I am.
Nowhere near. Well, I will say I have watched Troy Dan
Okay.
do Plinko. He's gambled on YouTube Live.
Okay.
I don't
but
know
the
if he's
point
gotten
is,
a ban from that, but
Yeah. Well, I already said the point of the game is there's like, well, I kind of
you drop balls
You
and
drop
then
balls that are worth a certain amount.
Yeah, that's like 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55,
Yeah.
60, 65, 70, 75,
Okay.
80, 85,
So,
90,
and then at
95,
the
100.
bottom-
Like it's somewhere around there. And at the bottom they have a multiplier.
Right. And some of them are worth nothing or you actually lose money on.
Yeah.
And then the ones towards the very outside are worth a lot. They're like 130x multiplier, I think is the highest. 1000x they go up and down and
10x,
you earn more.
5x,
Yeah,
yeah.
10. Yeah. And so
If a ball lands in there, then you get the amount that was that ball times that.
right. And sometimes it's a lot of money. And so that's what these people are getting really excited about. But now it takes a turn for getting weird.
This is where it gets fucking crazy. Carson sent this in our group chat, and I honestly couldn't believe if this was a prank
Yeah.
or like bizarre. Just look at this,
It's
dude.
very weird. So this might be copyrighted, but who cares? So I don't know if this is a fake video or not, but this gentleman has some work done to his face, but then he
Yeah.
also has silicone injected arms that are very large and definitely circulation being cut off. But for some reason he's playing Plinko, or maybe he isn't,
or
and
he was
they're-
playing a different game, and
they took it and made this edit, but it was just like so random that this was here and this showed up. It's so fucking weird. And then I found another one of the same guy on, like, of course, this
Do you hear
is
him
all from the
talk?
same account. I don't think so. No, I think he's Russian.
oh yeah, that makes sense.
So here he is again.
Look at his arm, dude.
It's so disgusting. Because all that is just silicone. But this one, he's very deadpan. And I don't think really anything happens. And it feels like it just goes on forever.
I feel like it
think
looped. I feel like it looped.
So it just gets very bizarre. Now it gets even weirder. Now this next one is definitely fake. And I don't even think they're trying to act like it's real. But this one showed up. I didn't send this one. But...
Oh.
But it says... if you're listening, it's literally just a still. I don't even think it's a video of Ninja from like... Ninja, the Fortnite streamer.
Fortnite streamer with blue hair.
From like years ago.
Yeah, I don't even think he's blinking.
No, I think it's literally just a still of, and then Plinko is going on, and the description says, "Is he okay?" with a bunch of like mind blown emojis. So, and this is another one that just loops forever. But they have a few of those "Is he okay?" posts. But that one
play the game
made
here.
me laugh so hard. But yeah, there's a lot of them.
I'm gonna take out my headphones. My ears hurt.
So go at a huge Plinko win if you wanna catch some of those amazing clips and play the game for yourself. Why don't you?
That's incredible.
You should get on the game.
I mean,
there's ones that Aiden Ross in here.
Good. Yeah, I bet he's played. I honestly would not doubt that he's played this.
He's
Plinko
on
game.
Kick. Oh yeah, so plenty of great stuff there. But that's what I found this week. Gave me a good chuckle at about 3 a.m.
We need more.
We need more Plinko. We gotta play.
I gotta play Plinko.
We gotta play Plinko.
The pickies are gonna be nice this weekend if you go.
If you play Plinko.
If you play Plinko. I'm surprised. You know what? I'll be honest. I'm surprised they don't have a Plinko game there.
What's I'm wondering is, I'm assuming it started out as a gambling game.
Did that start out purely like? Is it purely an online gambling thing? Like
this Plinko game.
Yeah. But I mean, like Plinko in general. Is that?
I don't know.
Because I mean, they should just be a video.
That's true.
Video gambling slot.
Yeah, and maybe not that I've ever seen, but I'm also not that well versed in the casino gambling world.
Well, I know who to ask.
I think I do too.
Yeah.
We could call him.
Yeah, we could. Yeah.
I don't want to.
No,
we could.
Either, yeah.
But that's what I had. We'll save our clips for next week. I think they'll still be.
I'll probably take a couple off. We'll rotate it.
Yeah, we'll rotate some other stuff. Not nothing that important.
But there are some recurring jokes that we will definitely be telling on here
for sure. So let's jump into a little Nextdoor drama. This week we got what I would consider to be a recurring storyline. Let's say it's something we all know, and if you know anything about Nextdoor app, this is something that gets posted a lot. And if you don't know what the Nextdoor app is, it's a blog posting app website for your neighborhood where people can post whatever they want to complain about stuff or talk about things going on in the neighborhood. I was reading a story about this. At first, it sounded like a weird thing, but then I read it more and I was like, oh, this is just a nice old man who makes like swords and LARPing things for people that maybe for free and gives them to kids and stuff. And I was like, oh, it's a real sweet story. That might be the sweetest story I ever read on Nextdoor. Was that true story? It's not a joke.
Oh, really? I thought that was...
No, it was serious. I really read that because I was like, this seems weird. And then I was like, nah, this is just a nice guy doing something nice. And we don't pick on those ones. I don't pick the ones that it's like that would be mean. We pick the ones that it's like these people suck.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, which is a majority.
Or
of
the
them,
story sucks.
Right.
And or they're just really funny. But anyways, kind of a recurring story. This Nextdoor drama is titled "Everyone Appears to Be High Everywhere I Go." I will be playing Olivia, who has a daughter who loves McDonald's. Gavin would be playing Amanda, who has to make it about politics.
God damn it, Amanda.
With everything. You can already picture where this one's going. Without saying much else, I'm going to hit the Nextdoor drama intro song.
That's pretty good.
This week on Nextdoor Drama. Mama.
I think you played this one before.
Have I really?
Yeah, but it's still good though.
It's still good though.
I like it.
McDonald's on Veterans tonight is on something tonight.
That's what we laugh.
The one gal I see working as a manager often. What? The one gal I see working as a manager often. However, she's working the DT window and flat said she doesn't know how to make a McFlurries. Apostrophe S. My child just got home from hospital. She's been inpatient for 4 days. McDonald's is her fave. So I drove home and went back out an hour later or so to see if someone could make these that I ordered. She hands me the Oreo one. Most important one in my opinion. It's not quite full. Then the other was half full cup. Well, barely half full. And she wants to tell me that's standard.
Pretty sure it is.
There were a few other staff members that seems very off as well. Too much chaos going on around here.
Yet many of these people are the ones wanting pay increase. SMH. Cannot tell you how many times I have went to the one on Zumble and the order was wrong. Missing items or my favorite ice cream machine is down.
I haven't downloaded it yet, but there is an app that will let you know which McDonald's has the ice cream machine down. But the one on Veterans, my goodness, ugh.
Is it just me or is everything screwed up these past couple of years? Let's figure out why and make our votes count.
All I can say is that everyone appears to be high everywhere I go. No wonder.
I totally agree. Their judgment is impaired when they're high, and yet they are driving on the road. I've had to leave stores because some shoppers' clothes reek of marijuana so bad it's nauseating.
Why did you need to play a cough sound effect when you could just do it?
Because I wanted it to be like farther away.
Oh.
Because I feel like our mics are like it. There's like a drop off. Yeah. Where it's like yeah. It's not as good as that though.
That's true.
I also don't like coughing.
That's a pro
so-
cougher.
Yeah. That's a pro
cougher.
That's a chronic cougher. You know what I'm saying?
That's a chronic.
Yeah. You know what? Making your votes count by voting on the managers of McDonald's to make sure the ice cream machines are down.
No. It's voting for the right people to get in office. So they get the right people to work at McDonald's.
Yeah, so they get the right people to work at McDonald's. Yeah.
Well, you know that Joe Biden's in charge of who works at McDonald's, Gavin?
Yeah, and
He's
Joe
the
Biden
president of the
himself
United States.
legalized Missouri marijuana.
He's the president of the United States. Of course he's going to choose to make some work at McDonald's.
You have to keep one more S's in there. This person was not afraid to use S's.
Oh, no, they weren't. Very incorrectly, too. I just don't get how these people are that this bad at spelling
anytime
and
I see
grammar.
someone with apostrophe S, I think of it's a weird thing where it's like you want to use a brand of McFlurry, but if you were to use McFlurry IES like McFlurries,
Yeah.
people would know what the hell you're talking about. You don't have to use McFlurry because it's not like the McFlurry is owning anything. It's a
Right,
possessive
that's the
apostrophe
thing.
S. Yeah.
It's but
You can
that
do
was at the end of the
McFlurries.
sentence.
You can do a McFlurry's IES.
Maybe it's possessing the period.
Right.
Did you ever think about that?
Yeah.
Well, Gavin, it's really the people we're electing. We need
so
to make our votes count, and then people will know how to spell.
I will say that if you're in a place where you are downloading the app,
Downloading two separate words. by the
I'm
way.
sorry, yeah, downloading an app to figure out which machines are down around you, please, for the love of God, just go buy a tub of Oreo ice cream.
Yeah, but Gavin,
Please. I mean, seriously.
this is their favorite ice cream machine.
You can make it at home for like way cheaper.
Yeah, but listen to this sentence you read. Shaking my head. Cannot tell you many times I've went to the one on Zumbo and the order was wrong. Missing items or my favorite ice cream machine was down.
She likes going to that
sorry.
one because it's her favorite machine.
You
right?
also missed this part too. Missing items or my favorite, the ice cream machine is down.
Or my favorite, the ice cream machine is down.
Or my favorite. Oh, maybe that's what they're
Yeah.
saying. Or my favorite,
Or my favorite,
comma, the
ice cream machine is down.
My favorite, the ice cream machine is down.
Yeah.
This is my friend. He's my favorite, the ice cream machine.
McFlurry's.
The ice
This is
cream.
McFlurry's ice cream machine.
This is McFlurry's period.
Carson,
Yeah,
what
yeah.
you listening to this week?
I got to read this other sentence too again because it made me laugh. There were a few other staff members that seems very off as well. Anyways, fuck. This shit's so funny to me. What am I listening to? Well, Gavin, what you listening to is another segment we do every week where we recommend what the hell we've been listening to in the past week, whether it's a song, album, or artist. We recommend it to each other and to the audience. This week, listen to something slightly different, dare I say? Dare I say slightly different?
You sure about that?
Dare I say that? Which
No.
is... That's my text messages. I'm trying to open up this. Which is the song Stoned, Alone by Teenage Wrist.
Stoned.
Alone. Stoned Alone. My favorite, The Ice Cream Machine.
Or my favorite, the ice cream machine.
And you know what? I was just going to read the description of how to explain what kind of music this band makes.
Yeah.
And literally the first sentence reads, Teenage Wrist are a difficult band to define.
Okay, there you go.
Thanks for the help.
That-
I would
yeah.
consider them like a post-hardcore, kind of emo, slightly. There's some gaze in there, some shoegaze, as I like to say. I like to call it the gaze. Like to talk about the gaze, the shoegaze, that is. And it's a band that I've heard a few times and never really got into, and I've still tried to get into, and I just couldn't. But this song is so good. It's got...
Oh, it's just a song.
It's just a song. Sorry, it is just a song. Sorry, dude. It's just really good. It's heavy, but not like there's no screaming in it. It's just loud, but it kind of hits that sound that I really like, of that like heavier rock that doesn't have screaming in it. I like it with screaming, but I like to get out of it sometimes too.
Yeah.
And this song is just really good. And I think you would maybe enjoy it, Gavin. I think
I'll have to try it out.
Might need to check it out.
I need to try the stoned alone thing.
But anyways, that's what I'm listening to this week. Really good song. Can't stop listening to it.
Tell him to bring out the whole ocean.
All right, I will. What do you
That's the
listen
name of
to?
the song, Carson, is All Right.
The song is called All Right.
All Right by Supergrass. You will know
I know
this song.
Supergrass.
Yeah, Supergrass I've listened to quite a few times.
Okay.
They're a great band.
Older band?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I may have recommended one of their albums once, but it inspired me. This song. Now you might be upset with me about this one, but I heard it on TikTok. But I had known it before.
Well,
before
okay,
that,
okay.
I known it before that from commercials and
There it is.
whatever else. and honestly, probably other media somewhere else. And it may have actually just been played on the radio too.
This guy is the king of commercial rock.
I'm telling you, I have a whole playlist of commercials. I need to make a whole playlist of that.
I think everything you listen to is 99% of
No, but
commercials.
I think this playlist is the antithesis of what you enjoy listening to. This inspired me to make a
Not
whole
me.
playlist.
What I enjoy listening to?
Yeah, the antithesis of what you enjoy listening to. The anti-you.
Oh, okay. I see what
Yes.
you mean. Sorry, I don't use
Now,
that
if I were
word
to
very
say,
The synthesis.
the embodiment of what you listen to, then yes. But this song inspired me to make a whole playlist of songs that are, and I quote, 2010s alt indie music that is disgustingly upbeat.
Okay.
And it's called Driving with the Windows Down.
Which
Because-
is definitely the antithesis of what I like to listen to.
So I put a lot of songs that I listened to in middle school on here, songs that are just like really happy and upbeat. You'll definitely know a couple of these.
I'm sure I will.
Yeah. But this song inspired me to make this whole playlist because it's from 2005. But I think it's from 2005. 1995, sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think they're
that's
older
almost
than that.
30 years old.
Yeah.
God damn. But yeah. It's a very good song and I enjoy listening to it. Brings my
It's very good
It's a very good song. It make my heart happy.
All right, Dexter.
It is making my heart happy.
Making my heart
Didi.
very happy.
Didi.
What was his sister's name?
Didi.
Oh, it's Didi.
Didi, get out of my laboratory.
Get out of my laboratory.
Get out of my room.
Get out of my room.
Get that. What the hell are you doing in my room? Didi.
Didi, what the hell are you doing in my room?
What the hell are you doing
Well,
in my
everybody-
room?
Wait, this is the old version.
I was gonna say that kind of sounds right. How did that come up?
This is the MP4 version I got from my iPad all those years ago.
Oh, this is when you'll have to keep refreshing.
Yeah. Well, everybody, thanks for listening to Takes All Kinds podcast. Keep watching, keep listening, keep subscribing, keep watching, keep listening, keep sharing, and keep talking us up with all your friends, just like how our friend Jake was doing, and even whenever we were in his presence. So,
Even when we were here in his presence, he was saying good things about us. I'm gonna see how much I'm gonna see what I can fit inside me tonight.
The vultures are waiting to pick your bones.